Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to talk about the power steering fault, the C1002. And your first thought will be like, where is the power steering reservoir? Before I come back, please click the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'll be back. Hi everyone! Some of you wrote me, hey EJ, my Fiat 500 gave me the power steering code. It is the C1002 code. And your first thought would be like, hey EJ, where is the power steering reservoir? I want to check the fluid level. Okay, this is really devastating news. Okay, the Fiat 500 doesn't have a power steering reservoir like Japanese car, my Toyota Corolla or my Jaguar. They both have power steering fluid reservoir, but the Fiat 500 is using what we call power steering electric column. That's right. When the car gives you the power steering fault, which is very common at a higher mileage Fiat 500, you have to change the actual power steering electric column, which is located inside the car, and I will show it to you where it is and how to remove it. And I will show it to you. If you try to look in the engine bay, you will find nothing. Okay, I'll be back. Yeah, this is the crazy thing about having Fiat 500. This is not the power steering column fluid reservoir. Okay, this is the brake fluid, and this is the coolant, and this is your engine oil, and this is the windshield wiper fluid. And if you look around the engine bay, you will find nothing, and it's really devastating. The thing is, this is gonna be an expensive replacement part. You have to find a rebuilt part online. You can buy it. You can either go to the dealership and buy they call it power steering electric column. It's located right here. What you want to do, this is the power steering column, electric column is located right here. What you want to do, you want to remove these two bolts right here, and you pull this down, and then there is another bolt inside there. Once you remove it, and you want to take this thing off, and then what you want to do, you have to take the whole airbag assembly. Okay, before you work on this, okay, before you start removing that, I want you to disconnect the battery terminal, because you're dealing with airbag here. You don't want the airbag to explode, so you have to remove this, right? Just remove this bolt and disconnect the battery. Then you can start working by removing this two bolts. You can order the part. And then remove the airbag right here assembly, and there's some bolts down there. This is gonna be an advanced project. You need to give yourself at least a day or two if you're not used to it. So once you're done with that, removing everything, the thing is, you need to remove this panel right here, this two panel and the airbag. And then in order to access the airbag, there'll be like you need a flat screwdriver in the back, just like the BMW. The BMW is located on the side, but Fiat 500 is way in right here. You have to use a flat screwdriver to pry it out, and then pull the whole entire airbag out. Okay, and then you have to disconnect the whole entire power steering electric column from here, and the steering wheel, and then you put the new one, and then you put everything back together. It's gonna be a painful job. Thankfully mine hasn't gone out yet, so I can't really do a video on it. But since you're asking me, EJ, where is the electric power steering column, it is right here. You have to remove this whole assembly, pull it out, and then disconnect all the cables, and then you connect all the cable to the new column that you purchase online, and then you put it back on, and then use OBD to scanner to clear it. Yeah, this is really a sad issue that is very common to Fiat 500. you can clear the code, but it will not fix the problem. You still gonna have a really hard time turning the steering wheel. So yeah, that's really sad news when you own a Fiat 500. This is why one of the things that I don't like about Fiat 500, instead of using the regular power steering fluid, they actually Fiat decided to use the electric power steering column, which is expensive. When it breaks, you actually have to remove the whole assembly out, okay, and then put the new one back in, and then it is very tedious task. Like I show you in the previous video, and then steps. You have to remove all that bolts, remove the cover, and then unplug the, what do you call it, the airbags, one in the bottom, on the top, and all that buttons all over the steering wheel. And then you actually have to remove the bolt of the steering wheel, pull it out, and then you have to pull the whole entire electric power steering column out, okay, and put the new one back in. So yeah, so your Fiat 500 doesn't have a power steering fluid reservoir. That's the bad news. Anyway, I'm sorry guys that I can't be any more help, but that's the answer of your questions. Where the power steering fluid reservoir, there is none, because Fiat 500 is using electric power steering column that has to be replaced once it breaks. So yeah, it's like a battery kind of. It's really tragic to me. I mean, I'm really sad for those of you who experience this issue. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.